Rise up the lion. Mama salon, no they fall down. Tell a beat that drum. Before the change, before the fight, we live like stars, we shine so bright. From Koya lands to coastal waves, we built the dreams they tried to take. Still we there, still we chant. Spirit no break, we know they pump. From stone to steel, we hold the flame. Silent line, no go tame. Ain't no stop, we there go. Ancestor voice in the flow. Sing and lift on high. From the roots we touch the sky. Rise, oh lion, rise again. Salon fire, no pretend. From broken past to higher lands. Sierra rise, we overstand. Rise, oh lion, rise again. We dance for peace, we chant the pain. Jah Jah guide through sun and rain. Example place holder. Them no know say the roots run deep. Every drum beat, heart skip, can't sleep. Rise from the dust, we now retreat. Lion heart, steady fire, no defeat. Colonial scripts couldn't steal the soul. We write our names on native scrolls. In every youth, in every time, we flip the script, we change the stance. Botoko no buje call. One salon, we rise from fall. Raise the flag with every hand. From the bay to inland sand. Rise, oh lion, rise again. Salon fire, no pretend. We beat the drum, we claim the land. Sierra rise, we overstand. Rise, oh lion, rise again. No turning back, we hold the flame. Mama salon, we call you there. We rise, we rise. Mama salon every day.
Yes, yes, yes. Belated Happy New Year to everyone, because this is my first show in 2026. I have been working backstage. I've been doing a lot of work because we cannot be doing the same things expecting different outcomes. 64 and more years, we have been crying about leadership. We have been crying for change. We want everything. But we've missed a lot of things. We've missed some things that we need to focus on, which we are not paying attention to. When you listen to people talk, especially Sierra Leoneans and other Africans, it's all about lack of leadership, lack of institutions, lack of systems, lack of that. One question we've never asked ourselves is, who makes these systems run? Who builds these systems? Who thinks about these systems? Who makes these institutions? Is it the book we have learned? I have a PhD in management. Is that what makes the system? Is it the principles? Others will say, oh, we don't have policy. Who makes them? Is it the trees, the stars, the wind, the animals, or is it us humans? If it is us humans, have we ever sat down to ask the very important question, which is, does the way we think, does what we believe in, does how we perceive our relationship with others not affect the way we build our institutions, the way we run our systems, the kind of policies we make, the way we interpret and implement our policies? I have sat down and asked these questions, and I have therefore decided that rather than talking about what is wrong with the politicians, I would want to deviate to look at what have we done with our ethical and moral standards. What makes us determine these ethical and moral standards? And how we can create harmony by focusing on the very factor that controls and assists us to build these ethical and moral standards. And that factor is what we call culture. Culture, in simple terms, is any habit that has been accepted by a big social group. When I say big, I mean something more than 5 or 10 people. A big social group which they have taken to be normal, which they accept, they learn and unconsciously practice. That's culture. And there is no right culture or wrong culture. There is no right or wrong culture. There is only differences in culture, and for the sake of peaceful coexistence, we would want to establish a system wherein people of different cultural background, with different beliefs, different perceptions, different attitudes, will be able to coexist and work as a team. Most times I have said the problem of Sierra Leone, and by extension, most of Africa, is not the politics or the economy. It's our social psychology. There were over 10,000 established groups in Africa before Europeans went to Berlin, immediately after several conferences in Paris, to divide Africa into what we have today as 54 or more countries. There were 10,000. This is not hearsay. This was researched and proven. It is in this book written by Martin Meredith, a journalist who spent most of his lifetime traveling Africa. This guy has written extensively about Africa, several books. I have read maybe part of them, not all of them. In this book in particular, the history of the fate of Africa, a history of 50 years of independence, he categorically stated that there were 10,000 political entities in Africa before the Berlin Conference. So that tells us there were 10,000 political cultures which may have similarities and differences. And because we have not taken time out on the continent, nor even in specific political entities like Sierra Leone, Guinea, Liberia, etc., to look at the variances in our political cultures, the variances in our traditions, the variances in our modes of thinking, our perceptions. This is why today we have problems of management and administration. And we simply say, oh, we have a bad political system. We lack leadership. We cannot get leadership if we don't look at the problem. You cannot make a goat into a cow. Nor can you turn a sheep into a pig. You have to first recognize that these are separate entities of existence. Then you find ways and means of getting them to coexist. When these differences surface, rather than we look at the root causes of these differences, we trivialize them, we begin to talk about tribalism, ethnicity, etc. These are not the problems. Even corruption is not our problem. Most of what we consider as corruption in Africa are traditional practices. If I go to Sierra Leone now, I want to talk to a paramount chief, I have to give him something to show respect. I'll give him a gift. If that gift has to coincide maybe with a contract I'm seeking, then it will be seen as a bribe. It is not a bribe. There is more to what we are assuming. And so therefore, I have made up my mind, and I am determined to leave it as a legacy for generations yet unborn, to undertake researches in our social psychology, our anthropology, etc., and build platforms that will empower and inform the young generation. Many societies have been able to coexist peacefully because at one point in time, this was done. Ghana, for example, is one society where you find people of different ethnic or linguistic background, but yet still they coexist because it's like everybody understands everybody. Everybody speaks the next man's language. Guinea, next door to Sierra Leone, is another example. Ahmed Sekou Touré ensured that Guineans learned their language, they learned their culture, they learned everything. You'll go to Conakry, meet a Fulani speaking Madingo and Bresse. You meet a Soso man speaking Madingo, Fulani, and Bresse. In Sierra Leone, how many of us can speak the language of the next man nearest to us? In Sierra Leone, we have people of similar surnames, speaking different languages, and yet they look at themselves as different. All of these are facts pointing towards the simple parameter or level that we don't understand who we are. We don't know who we are. The minute we see differences, we are overcome by fear and doubt. And it is this fear and doubt that is causing a lot of the problems we have. I would say this, and I don't have any regrets about saying it. Most of the people in Sierra Leone who are engaged in public administration, political, etc., etc., they are nothing but cowards. They are so much afraid that most times they do things that does not only harm other people, it harms them. When somebody is in power and that person takes pleasure in killing people, that's cowardice. It's cowardice. It's only cowards that kill people who they think they are their adversaries. Non-cowards, especially in a situation where all of you belong to the same political entity, non-cowards will call the other adversary and say, let us sit and talk. Let us have a dialogue. Let us negotiate. Mistrust, wherever it exists, is a product of cowardice. And mistrust is part of the culture of Sierra Leone that we need to address. Mistrust is part of the culture of most African societies that we need to address. I have decided, as a matter of fact, I was not able to continue on the Friday after the New Year because I was doing a lot of backstage work, which will soon be published for members of the public, the diaspora, people at home, to have access to certain materials, certain information. It will not be free, of course, because I'm putting money into whatever I'm doing. I'm building online infrastructure where information will be put for people to access, especially in the areas of our culture, in the areas of our cultural knowledge base. There is wealth in culture. I see a lot of Africans taking pride in doing import substitution jobs and calling them production. If you buy all the parts you need to assemble a car in Nigeria, you have not produced a car in Nigeria. It's import substitution. You may be able to sell it cheaper because maybe the labor cost in Nigeria is less expensive, which is good for the economy. Because any society wherein people can manufacture because of cheap labor, that's good for the economy. It encourages what is called export processing. But that depends on a factor which is not present in most African societies. That factor is the educational system and curriculum should be tuned towards producing people more in the technical and vocational skills areas, not academics. If Sierra Leone had fine-tuned its curriculum to produce more of these kind of skills, Sierra Leone can easily become a major export processing country. And that will be very good for the economic because that's what Dubai is running on. Dubai may have oil, but the fact that there is so much export processing taking place in Dubai, that's why that place has grown. Development is all about production of goods and services. It's not more about roads or about, yeah, you need all those things because they assist in the production of goods and services. But in the final analysis, you can have good roads, you can have proper water supply, electricity, etc., etc. If you don't have the human capital, the skill to produce goods and services, then you've just wasted your time. You've just wasted your time. So, having said what I have said, looking at everything that is happening in Sierra Leone, and more that shall happen because it's going to get worse before it gets better, especially with the kind of social psychology. Some of us, I in particular, I have decided that I would take a trend wherein I would ensure that within my limited capacities, I'll build a platform where people can come, get access to knowledge about the culture of Sierra Leone, the culture of West Africa, the culture of Africa. We look at the goods and services we can produce from culture because there is so much cultural resources that we can make wealth from. Ghana has succeeded in creating the kente industry, which is a wealth producing industry for Ghana. Ghana has succeeded in using bamboo to make bicycles, which are wealth producers for Ghana. Those bicycles in Europe cost a lot of money. They cost far more than those made with metal. There is so much, but we need to have the focus. And that focus would only come if we take our attentions a little bit from those people gaslighting us to make us believe they have control. Without them, nothing can work. Forget about the politicians. Let them be in their lanes. These guys cannot help us. If they could have helped us, our country should not be as it is. All of these people shouting, wanting to be flag bearers. Ask them one simple question. Which community have you changed? How many minds have you impacted for people to see and understand what they need to know so that they can be self-employable and self-reliant? They will tell you, I went to that community and gave them 20 bags of rice. That's not what the people want. The people want something that will empower them and give them the ability to be self-sustainable and self-reliant. I am going to take that path. And I am inviting everyone listening to this to come on board. Let us put politics aside for now. Let us build something that will build a functioning private sector that will be Sierra Leonean. We have a private sector, but it's not Sierra Leonean. It's not. We don't need to go and compete with them for now. Let us go back to base. If Nakasara bread we're able to make, we begin export them. Let us make it. It's a wealth creation process. If the palm wine we're able to bottle the exporter, let us do it. It's a wealth creation process. That Rafia, where David go work to na salon. Now wealth. Now wealth. There are over 200 products we can get from that. But are we paying attention to these things? No. Everybody is talking about politics. Everybody wants to be a politician. So much so, everybody is going to be a lawyer now because they want to enter politics. And I heard that now we have people standing in the streets asking, you get case? Hey, boy, how have we deteriorated so much? You see, one thing we need to understand in Sierra Leone, I would say this: leadership is not about power. Leadership is about having the authority and legitimacy and consent of the people that you lead. The people have the authority, they gave it to you. How are you using it? What are you doing with it? Politics is supposed to be a service, but because we've made leadership into something else, now politics has become a means of survival in Sierra Leone. And it's the same, or most of the same, we find across Africa. Because we keep fooling ourselves about certain things. We keep telling ourselves certain things that are not correct. We keep believing in things that are not correct. We have forgotten our spiritual self. We have forgotten our culture. We want to be Americans. We want to be Chinese. We want to be Russians. We want to be everything except being an African. Whoever told us that before foreign encounter, our people did not have their governance system is misinforming you. The Mali Empire, which existed before America became America. The Mali Empire, which existed at the time the British were still living in squalor. They had a constitution. And that constitution was clear about human rights. Today, UNESCO is telling us this constitution of Mali Empire should be seen as an heritage. It's called the Kurukan Fuba. Who said Africans didn't have organized systems of governance before? The Mali Empire had this document written in the language of the Malian people. It looks like Arabic, but it's not Arabic. Today, they are doing research on this language. It's called Nko. The Kurukan Fuba was a constitution, and it had clear-cut specifications about human rights, gender rights, etc., etc. Was it European who taught our people that? No. The Mali Empire had structures. There were people who were considered skilled workers. There were people considered administrators. There are people considered leaders. And these leaders, when they had power, they ruled under the moral authority of the people. They were not bullies or warlords on the people. We had a system in Africa before the contact with the Arabs and the Europeans. Even as recent as the Koya Kingdom that existed, which covered between Guinea, Sierra Leone, and Liberia, they had systems It was a highly decentralized political kingdom where the Bai was the king. Then we had the people who were sectoral leaders, like you have the councils. The heads of the councils were called the Bana. It's from that name that we had name Bana. He was telling this white man, my name is Bana. I name Bana. Then they call him now Bana, name Bana. We need to wake up to some of these things. Modernization is about modernizing your culture and your resources. In Norway, they produce cement more than most countries in Europe, but they use wood to build their houses. They've modernized their traditional construction. They use cement. Where I'm seated, it's cement, the basement. But on top of me, it's all wood. It's all wood. The next floor, the following floor, it's all wood. They have insulations because this place is very cold. It's their cultural mode of building houses. They are not building concrete houses. They are not importing iron rods, etc., etc. They use iron rods, but for specific structural purposes. These are all things we need to take a look at. But before we can begin to take a look at these things, our first task is to begin to look into our minds. Because the first task we have to undertake is to decolonize our minds. We are too colonial for our comfort. We are too colonial for our comfort. Let us face this. And it's not only in Sierra Leone. All over Africa, what you see is people colonizing themselves, because we think colonialism is about some foreign force coming with guns, etc., to take over. No. Colonialism is about allowing some foreign knowledge to influence the way you think. The African is the colonizer of himself, because we take what is not ours more than what is ours. We colonize ourselves that way. And we think, oh, that's status, that's class. Banabom in the village has status. He has status. That's why in our local fraternities, you have different titles. You have Banabom, you have Yamba, you have this, you have that. It's because of status. Can we please go back and begin to understudy some of these things? Look at the resources we have. Look at the potentials we have. Look at how our people use herbs to cure themselves. Some of these things we look as heathen because we have colonized ourselves with beliefs of, oh, the Christian religion is the best, the Muslim religion is the best. So whatever is African is heathen, it's ungodly. We need to decolonize. We need to. I'll take a short break.
Sierra Leone with the Rizzo pa. No more more silence, time for change. Youths them power, we go range. We go shine like diamond bright. Turn the darkness to the light. Hold our heads up to the skies. With our dreams we rise, we rise. From the valleys to the coast, hearts united, that's our boast. Children of the lion roar, together we go ask for more. We go shine like diamond bright. Turn the darkness to the light. Hold our heads up to the skies. With our dreams we rise, we rise. Echo through the hills we sing, victory in everything. Hands together feel the beat, feet go dancing in the street. We rise, we rise. We go shine like diamond bright. Turn the darkness to the light. Hold our heads up to the skies. With our dreams we rise, we rise.
Okay. We need to decolonize. But how do we decolonize? It's a process. Don't be fooled by anyone. If I become head of state, I'm going to change this. That's a pipe dream. The situation our country is in now cannot be changed in the next 5 years. It cannot. Anyone who tells you they will change Sierra Leone in a decade, tell them, let them do it in a community for you to see. Let them first and foremost apply whatever they think they have as change ability within a community for you to see. Then we will replicate it. We will scale it up into region, district, country. Where the social psychology is the factor that is most affected. To change that demands not only talking, it demands example. It demands inputs beyond saying. And because we cannot afford all the resources in one go, it's never possible for that change to happen as we are made to believe. So I'll begin to advise our people. Let us pay attention to how we can change our social psychology. Let us pay attention to how we can accept that man who speaks a language different from ours, but who may have certain things that are very similar to what we are. Let us look at more on our similarities than our differences. And also, let us endeavor to learn from each other. If you are Temene, learn to speak Mende. If you are Mende, learn to speak Temene, Limba, etc. Get to know the other man. Don't be afraid. They are your brothers and sisters. They are your relatives. You will not know that if you are afraid of them. When you are afraid of them, then the factor of hate comes in. Welcome, sir.
Thank you very much, Mr. Jallo. Happy New Year to this program.
Happy New Year to Sierra Leone and Africa, sir.
And welcome to the very first edition, very important. Talking about many things: focus, hatredness, integrity, etc., etc. Things for the demean the country in development, definitely. And of course, I want to tell all the wish everybody listening to this platform a happy New Year and a prosperous 2026 and a changed 2026, change of focus 2026, change of thinking, of negative perception 2026. Wishing everybody that. Let me start with hatredness. You talk about languages, yes, like for Guinea, some people don't have talk languages, Guineans. Berese, or what you call it, Berese, or Madingo, Fula, which one again? Prominent So,
Landoma.
Yeah.
Baga.
Etc.
I lived in Conakry for 5 years. I had that experience. I know people speak several languages.
Mr. Jallo, the question we could ask, why can I speak Mende? Because I hate Mende people. That's the reason. Just like in school, you hate a subject, you will definitely fail the subject.
Well, the point at issue is, Adekam, I go give you an example to myself.
Yes, sir.
When I've been in good school, I've not been like French. When I found myself Conakry, I had to learn French. Et aujourd'hui, je parle français très bien.
The French teachers, these are the most hated teachers.
No, me not be hater, more. I just feel say it not be necessary because I was colonized to believe that everything English and British is the best.
It's the best. Thank you, because you have the perception.
Yes.
Not knowing that Sabi the French will help you for that.
Exactly. This is now you get the point.
Yeah, sure.
Most times it's not about hate, it's about fear.
If I had known, I would not pay attention at class.
Yeah.
So it will take your mind 20, 30 years back when you were in class.
Exactly.
When you hate, in fact, I hate. So when they come into this, they talk about this kind of diversity in our culture, which is very correct as you are saying. How can we don't see people the way they come work in them party or go to the Mende country or to country. Who will say, Bomina, working on Wakawokia. In fact, you don't even get love for the people you are meeting. So how you go learn the language? How you go learn now?
Now because they don't brainwash we, or we don't brainwash we say for belief in identity. Now we believe now we problem.
Mr. Jallo, don't take the people as bad people, or you don't take the people as bad people. So
then you're not going to live with them.
You're not going to live with them.
This is what we need to change.
Mr. Jallo, I can always say me, any side they live. Look, I went to Tambaka where there is predominantly 100% so I went there, worked there last year. I said, well, no, I ate their watery soup.
Well, then you know this also. When they cook them, when they don't cook them, then they add water, let the soup boku. But they are your relatives.
So let me get it because one, they are my colleagues, Sierra Leoneans. Number two, I could be somewhere worse than this. I could find myself somewhere worse than this, etc. So you just get
the point at issue, I will let you hold your peace. The point at issue is, Adekam, I will let you we come back to something.
Yes, sir.
That's habit pan is to show people them for put boku water pan and soup.
Yes,
To
sir.
them, it's normal.
It's normal.
So who are you to say it's bad?
That is their own culture.
It's their own culture. Accept it as it is. Live with them as they live.
Yes, sir. Just accept it. I did not die for that.
You not there for die. If then what they do are not die, you not for die.
And when I went there, I learned a lot of things. Because I remember, so I don't see the talk to maybe the years.
Are they and small? I know they talk them perfectly.
So how do they do? This Kanamufe, now in the afternoon, now good afternoon.
Now
In the morning,
afternoon, yeah.
Kanamuke. So I always come in the morning, like you me say Kanamuke.
Well.
So that's the morning, you know. That's the good morning.
This is, another thing where I think we need to get clear in Sierra Leone.
Yes, sir.
The diversity of the human race. Now, good thing for we because they allow we for learn things that we're not a part of we. And the more you learn about different people, different things, the better life becomes for you.
Yes, sir. Indeed.
You understand?
Yeah.
But if you say that you small corner, outside you born, outside you grow up, what you sabi then I know more if you live with till you die, then you are going to be stagnated. Wealth is not the material thing, not the knowledge. The more you learn from different people, the more knowledge you they get for able to create wealth for yourself.
Mr. Gallo, you can see as he move. I like to know places.
Yes.
People, I just don't forget it. That's it. Walking on another place, the people that you want to go see to, Usa go love you. Usa go. I say any success put me in there.
He finished.
Because you slept there and you did not die. Why should I die for that?
Okay.
Why should I? What people that you go to the water they drink is the water I'm going to drink also.
That area where they talk about so the water all sandy.
Mr. Jallo, let me give you a story.
Another area, I tell you say, when I've been they go Usai Sef Babarato Pasise, I've been they go to Bambolo, them place, then they have been get one small musical box where then they call me for go make a dance there. Then 1980s. I know all the area where they talk, so Tego Dagagbe at the border.
Okay.
I know all that area. Now sandy area, swampy area, then water, you get so much sand and clay.
Yeah, and that was the water I was drinking.
Why not?
Because in community work, like what you do then community work, if you start to go in that kind of foreign way, you will not even get the message you want from them. You have to live like them.
Exactly.
Then you go like
you get for get them trust and confidence.
They will say always go on the banner. So they will begin to doubt you. But if you go and live by them, that well cassava, just take one. You go see one woman they eat cassava, just take one. Say, this cassava is sweet. So you start to get their attention. You will work with them. But thinking that they will go to the corner and say, this people that this is the way come. So they will begin to doubt you. But if you think you want to get what they want, live by them. Mr. Jallo, I went to a village called Moria, right on top of the Kuru Hills. That wonderful Kuru Hills. The village there, right on top. Mr. Jallo, the water, here me company, then that's when they want the water. I said, this water they drink. Then drink and another, not drink. They talk them. They see a clay or a sandy water. When I drink, I did not die. Because I want to get, I want to learn from them. Any information I require, they will give me. But you go to they make for it. So this is their culture. They use that people. That's their culture. That's their culture.
Wherever you go in this life,
yes, sir.
Your first duty is to study the people.
To study the people. Exactly.
And I go tell you one thing today. A lot of we within the diaspora, we're not able to study the people that we live amongst.
No.
Either because maybe the kind society we offend we serve, like America, that one society where if you go there, it takes, I go say, blessing for making you able to study the society and live there properly.
Indeed.
Because now one society where we they say salon bad, America bad pass salon.
Yeah.
We camp on social attitudes. America bad pass salon. America now a very reckless society.
Yeah.
It's all about making money. So
everybody just buy one.
yes. So people are not get time. Maybe it go take them time before they begin to understand the kind of society where them they live. The same with England. There are people who may tell you I've been in the UK for over 20, 30 years. They don't understand the English society.
Yeah.
We had the same problem in Guinea. During the war, where people let me go Guinea, a lot of the will not be able to understand the Guineans. So they had problems with them. This is one weakness of the Sierra Leonean. Saloma not the go side in land, but the other people there. You know, these are the things we need for correct. If we not correct them, they will get problem for get unity inside Salon.
People's perception, like always they say, so don't mention over, and we'll continue for talk. Let people they talk.
Now, I mean, that's me the panao.
Yeah.
Now that's a the panao. Everything I'm doing now is about how do we change our beliefs, our perceptions, and our attitudes.
Mr. Jallo, I've lined up hundreds of instances. Then, like, I don't begin playing the so. I will. We will look at all this change because even this ethnicity, Mr. Jallo, thank God we don't get that kind of ethnic conflict in this country, but that kind of perception of other ethnic group or other culture, you get by you, that person mark na you. You blend them together, you make something. No, you know better. Me better.
As a matter of fact, Sierra Leone will not get any business with tribalism.
Small country,
you know, no, not to the size. Low left the size.
No, I know. Apart from that, you dey walk left with love. Then go send you Kenema a very small distance inside the same saloon.
Let we left that. Let we left down there. Let we ask one basic question.
Yes, sir.
Look at the whole of Sierra Leone. Show me the family names them where you know they fend across the tribes them. They're very few.
Very, 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 very.
You get certain family names where maybe not indigenous names of people that way been done the long ago, where you know they fend across all the linguistic groups them.
Yes.
Like we say Lako, Bla, Tula, Toli, the Mende, then get the Berewa, then get Lavali. Specific names, then they way you know they fend across ethnic groups. But when you look at Sierra Leone as a country, 65 to 70% of the surnames they will get in Sierra Leone, then they across the country. It no matter which language the person
which language exactly.
So what in that tell you? They tell you say them people are all fumble.
Yeah.
That Camara where they talk Mende, where they Pujang. Now the same DNA get with that Camara where they Cambia, and that Camara where they Tonkolili, and the Camara where they Bombali. But because we don't colonize, we say for belief, say, once that man they talk Mende, we different.
We different.
No, not different. You know.
So you don't draw the line. that I don't want to know what they are doing. I don't want to know their.
Then you will not know what is good about them.
You don't put the barrier.
You not ever know what's good about them. Secondly,
yes,
you don't create a syndrome of they are not good people.
Or they are not important to the society.
Yes.
Or they are not important to the
if
society.
You think say you important to the society,
well, everybody is important.
Every other person important.
All this, what they cause them, and these people, thank God, don't divert away from that nonsense.
The idiots, they own, I get what they call themselves politicians. Now then they promote them funny things here.
So, all of this. But the way they talk now those who think there is what gaslighting those people. Hey, when I know that they tell you now, you see them men, they SLPP, they even change them. Yeah, you are not how can you say that? Even in the political space, not every there are people who are media. Likewise, in the team there are many people who are.
In the first place,
yes, sir.
Anybody who make that kind of statement, you don't know the history of the political parties.
Right, thank you, sir.
If you know the history of the political parties, you know they tribalize them.
You need to tribalize them because the SLPP when they think say it started from it started.
Now Creole man and Soso man start SLPP.
Now Cambiana,
yes. Creole man and Soso man.
Now
then start and then call other people they make SLPP. APC. Now Madingo then starter.
Yeah.
Now Freetong. Now Freetong. I've been small and the old meeting at Elba Corner to then call them with a go be somebody. Amadingo then start APC.
Yeah.
Today, APC not chimney party, SLPP that. What's we come out with them? Really we come out with them here?
They don't inject we.
No, we inject we self.
You know, this past gaslight is a jello. Maybe gaslight.
Dennis. You see another thing we'll get for begin take responsibility for Sierra Leone. Not to what the other person say make you. Now what you believe make you.
Exactly.
Me personally, they can't tell me what you are not believe or accept them. Who does them people they also be me, they know that about me.
Yeah.
Quick I don't say clear out. I don't believe this. Do you understand? I don't allow people to control my beliefs. Because you believe now the most sacred property where you get. You beliefs now they make you, now they break you.
Of course.
If you allow people them for colonize you, whatever go wrong with you, now you responsible.
Yeah.
You understand?
They will run away from you.
Yes.
They run away.
So for say, now the politician then don't make people, not only the politician, now the people are ready for believe voting and they tell them. So we get for find a way for make people then begin say, no, bo, we don't hear what you say, but let we self go consider, we'll come back to you. Because we people then first and then get that habit there. We people then first, when you go and tell them something, then they tell you, say, we all word. We they go engage, we come back, we can't talk to you.
Yeah.
That don't disappear now with society.
Now they don't see how they know how they go they don't see money.
You see that old people let me they say we they go hang it. Yeah. Where then go, then they sit down in committees, then sit down in groups in villages, then discuss.
Oh.
All mangy in sense before then count.
Now they count something where value and go suit everybody.
Yes, that is what is democracy, my brother. That is democracy. That democracy, oh, they all about all. Now in that day, people let me they practice so. Now in that day, where then they go hang it,
making correct decisions.
Yes.
by hanging heads, putting different ideas together.
That nine the democracy.
Yeah.
Not all this razzmatazz wo depa. One man they go sit down and announce results are elect. Then they call on them. That's not democracy. That's another version of British autocracy. The governor they all being in Sierra Leone, they not being a constitution. Then they rule by decree.
By decree.
Now then they take decision and tell the commissioner, say, tell the chief from police or this, let them do them. If you see with traditional leaders, them become weak today, now because the British had an autocratic system. If we want to make democracy come back in Sierra Leone, let we investigate with traditional governance systems. Let we get with traditional leaders off party politics, but let them still be like trustees of the assets of the country.
Yeah, they are moral guarantors.
Yes. Of everything for the country. Then let we people then go back to community democracy. Let we go back to that.
Sure.
Anything the government want to do, let them go tell the people them, then give them time, let them hang it, then say, okay, we this still I can't tell we now, so we see more.
Yeah.
Power should not be politics, should not be about power. It should be about the people.
Service.
It should be about the people.
Yeah.
Let them be participants in their own destiny.
Mr. Jalo, I know that you mentioned this issue of dignity, integrity. You mentioned about lawyers. Say, as you call lawyer businessman, looking at them graduating, every year is over 400.
Then say they don't begin to map and treat the actual that
is the fact.
Well,
that's the what we don't see. Don't be the witness court proceedings. And they see, say Mr. Jalo, you used to be those names. The A.K. Alloways, the Charles Magais, the Seri Kamal, who and who, those people, for them you see themselves, for them you will see them. It takes a rigorous procedure. Now the meeting has written now. Some and how they did it, I told the integrity, now they even sell kids.
Well, one thing I go say.
They talk about all these bodies that see the world of this value. No value, nothing.
You know, tell me go say about that.
Yes, sir.
Everything where they happen in life, it happen for a reason.
Yeah.
And the challenges we Sierra Leone they face, then they happen for a reason for make we think and find solutions.
Yes, sir.
If we forget the solutions to Sierra Leone's problem, we will put aside one thing. This I and me. As I don't say now, this platform go concentrate on culture, cultural knowledge development. We go talk politics where we need for talk them. When me Demia do nonsense, I go tell her and say, Demia, you don't do nonsense. You understand? You don't do nonsense. Now show you before do them. Finish. I know they go beyond that. But the point at issue is, I want to encourage everybody, let we come on board. Let we create dialogue. People let them they call. It's unfortunate today I not put the number up. I'm sorry about that. But I will make sure say from Wednesday, I will get the number scrolling. Let people then come on board. Let us discuss. Let we hang it. Not a one man able to make salon. A collective knowledge. My role now for introduce the topic, say, now this I want to discuss about. Let people then come on board. If it's possible, if people then want, a day or two ahead, I go don't put the topic out, say, now this they can discuss on Wednesday, because I treat them for week Monday, Wednesday and Friday. Now this are they discuss Friday. Let people then prepare, then come, let them call. Let we talk. All man get 2 minutes, 3 minutes, 5 minutes. We talk. Let we see what we can do for gain we country in soul. Because the point about Sierra Leone, the issue with Sierra Leone is we don't lose we moral and ethical soul. Sierra Leone does not have any of that anymore. And the moral and ethical soul of the country, now the culture they provide them. It's all been small, certain things then where they think for do out afraid. Because the culture at that time, when they restrict certain things. As a small boy, I attempted to smoke cigarette. I know the consequences. We come out, then give time, say cancel so term. You can't later than that, you know the consequences. If you then at the rural area, then say this term, not for go get water, another water side because they clean the water side. You go there, you know the consequences. If they say not for pick them fruit here because you wallet and strong, then say you go pick them, you know the consequences. Not because people wanted to be wicked, but because there had to be established standards, ethical and moral standards. We don't lose all them thing then day. We have lost all of it. And we need to go back and revisit them. We not revisit them for do them as them been they do them in those days. We they revisit them for see what is good about them. We modernize them. We begin use them today. The one they will be they make that raffia basket. They will be they make that raffia bag. If we revisit that skill, we can modernize them. We begin mass produce them, it be an exportable goods. It's a multi-billion-dollar business. Because now the world and they fed up with plastics. That can be an alternative. There are several things we can do. But this focus on politics, ain't not get for help we. Honestly. The politicians will come and talk. 5 years from now, it's the same talking. Things are getting bad. Now begin go now. Tell people that grapefruit. First they will be small. Will they pull the stem and load out butter. Or them don't bake bread done at the oven. That clay oven. After everything we put on there, we lock them. Morning they will go pull. I don't make fine in fresh one. It was good food. We can modernize that skill and make multi-million dollars. That's what the Chinese did. Everybody wants to go to a Chinese restaurant and the local food, and then they serve there. We left with wealth, they rot away. Then we sit down, they talk politics. They blame international community. Blame Madabio. Madabio is what is Madabio? Madabio is Madabio. We can blame her until that kingdom come now, the same Madabio. Yes. Una pull her now, put her down there, and the same crisis go come, una go begin blame. And the bit continues. How long can we live with this? Why don't we look at what we can do as a people for improve ourselves? Why? Sorry, I think Dennis cut off because of connectivity. But I go end the program here today. But before I end, I want to play on some of the music that Omi Chef they make.
Rise up the lion. Mama Salon, no they fall down. Tell beat that drum. Before the change, before the fight, we live like stars, we shine so bright. From Koya lands to coastal waves, we built the dreams they tried to take. Still we there, still we chant, spirit no break, we know they palm. From stone to steel, we hold the flame. Silent line, no go tame. Hey, no stop, we there go. Ancestor voice in the flow. Sing and lift and high. From the roots we touch the sky. Rise, oh lion, rise again. Salon fire, no pretend. From broken paths to higher lands. Sierra rise, we overstand. Rise, oh lion, rise again. We dance for peace, we chant the pain. Jaja guide through sun and rain. Example place holder. Them no know say the roots run deep. Every drum beat, heart skip, can't sleep. Rise from the dust, we now retreat. Lion heart, steady fire, no defeat. Colonial scripts couldn't steal the soul. We write our names on native scrolls. In every youth, in every chant, we flip the script, we change the stance. But no